Hello. I wanted to talk today about the Lion's Gate portal that is coming up here in just a few days. The Lion's Gate is a very interesting time of year. It's where the fixed star Sirius is as close as it can be to the Earth. Now, the ancients, they understood that the fixed star Sirius was our hidden sun, if you will. There's always a seen and an unseen aspect to the reality that we are living in. The sun that we can see every day, it comes out and we're able to bask and enjoy and play and create in the light of day. Yet, there is this hidden sun, which makes me think about Christ consciousness, that is always burning ablaze, that we are not always conscious of. I feel like God is really waking up our consciousness at this time with all of the astrological alignments in themselves. Each individual astrological alignment that is happening right now, they're very profound. But especially this Lion's Gate, it's so unique and so special this year. The fixed star Sirius actually resides in the constellation of Cancer. I feel like that is a very interesting placement to have hidden our internal sun, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. So how interesting that the zodiac sign that is ruled by the moon actually hides our internal sun. Jupiter, which is known as the Great Benefic, the planet of expansion and abundance and blessings, is going to come conjunct this fixed star Sirius 4 days after the Lion's Gate. Cancer and Leo both have a very interesting connection that I have noticed. Cancer hides our sun, Sirius. And there's also another fixed star that's in the sign of Leo, and it's called Regulus. Now, this fixed star, because of the precession of the equinoxes, I believe it might have just moved into Virgo, but it could still potentially be in the sign of Leo. And if it is, it's at the anaretic degree, 29 degrees of Leo. I feel like God is speaking to us a lot about our heart right now, and how for us to really step into our heart, for us to really come into a new expression of the heart. I think that for a really long time, the collective has been operating in this toxic masculinity, this patriarchal society, this falseness of the heart. And the fact that the fixed star Regulus is so close to the sign of Virgo, the sign of the virgin maiden, the pure, the perfectionist, the analyzer, the one who is willing to serve. And the fact that Virgo comes after Leo, I find very interesting. And even Leo coming after Cancer, there's really a story that unfolds through the zodiac. But specifically when it comes to Cancer and Leo and Virgo, and we could even include Gemini when it comes to our thinking, how we communicate, how we perceive knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. With Uranus currently transiting through the sign of Gemini, I think that Mercury and Gemini is important as well. So the fact that, again, Mercury being retrograde, the first Mercury retrograde of Uranus being in the sign of Gemini, which has been hundreds of years, this says a lot about how we are processing information at this time, how we are seeing ourselves with that new knowledge, how we are expressing from the heart with that new knowledge, and how we are entering into service, how we're willing to support and serve ourselves and each other through this elevation of consciousness. My theory is that Cancer was the first one to see its shadow. When you look at the sign of Cancer and you can see the glyph, which looks like a 6 going one way and an inverted 6 going the other, I see it as like a baby, such a vulnerable state when you experience your shadow. And it can be quite frightening. Seeing your darkness, there is the potential to get stuck there, to want to hide yourself away, to want to close off from the rest of the world. There's 2 scriptures that come to mind. One is, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And the other is regarding having darkness in your body. Are you cultivating darkness, or are you letting light shine onto that darkness? This brings me back to Cancer and Leo, the fixed stars, Sirius and Regulus. Now, my theory is that our sun is hidden in the sign of Cancer, which is where we experience our shadows in our internal world that can seem dark and scary if we're not willing to let the light in and to shift our perspective. But then Leo, the ruler of the heart, this royal king energy that is in traditional tropical astrology ruled by the sun, where we let our light shine. I feel that there is a hidden moon there that, in this example, would be the fixed star Regulus. Now, in Cancer, stay with me, the fixed star Sirius is at 14 degrees and some odd minutes of the zodiac Cancer. It's right in the middle. It's almost directly in the middle. That our sun is hidden almost smack dab in the middle of the zodiac Cancer. But the fixed star Regulus, how interesting. We'll say it was at about that aneretic degree of Leo. That 29 degree mark of Leo. 9 plus 2 equals 11. I think that this is an ascension code. That our internal world, as we shine it comes from this deeper place, the heart. This hinge, this fulcrum, this pivotal place where we shine, but it's coming from this truth, this emotional place. Maybe I'm not really explaining it that well, or if you've been following, you can see where this is going. We see this sun and moon every day, the luminaries. But there's something to me that says that they're more superficial. They're helpful, they're beautiful, they're this outward expression. But there's something about these hidden internal energies that are at very significant placements by degree and by sign in astronomical terms. So, with that being said, this is a special Lion's Gate. The Lion's Gate happens every year, but the Lion's Gate only happens I can't even say every 12 years with Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer does not always happen simultaneously as Lion's Gate. Like, it just doesn't happen. It's actually been probably hundreds of years. I want to say thousands, but we'll just stop at hundreds. It's probably been hundreds of years since this has happened. The fact that the Lionsgate portal is happening within 4 days of Jupiter conjunct the fixed star Sirius in the sign of Cancer, while Mercury is in retrograde, and the first Mercury retrograde, while Uranus is in the sign of Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini, and Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. We're going through significant changes within our communication, internally as well as externally. There's so much happening here. We've got Pluto in Aquarius. We've got Saturn and Neptune that had entered into the sign of Aries. Now everything is about to go retrograde. And we also have Chiron retrograding right now. Like, we are experiencing this deep internal healing, this opportunity for transformative healing. The curse breakers, the generational curse breakers, the star seeds, the empaths, the light workers, the highly sensitive souls that are here. We've been feeling this coming for a really long time, but maybe not understanding exactly what was taking place. We are going through such a shift internally as well as a collective. I hope that this gave you some food for thought. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to mention about this. Yes. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. There is another very interesting alignment that's happening with this Lionsgate portal and Jupiter conjunct Sirius and Cancer. Oh my gosh. It's happening at the same time as a full moon in Aquarius. So that is coming up here soon, because the sun is going to be in Leo and the moon is going to be in Aquarius. Now, this is again proving my point that I feel like this, instead of wanting to outwardly manifest and, oh, it's Lionsgate, let's manifest abundance, money, wealth, whatever. this is another clue that this is more of an internalized manifestation. Nothing wrong with outward manifestations, but as a good friend of mine just recently said, the collective is stuck at the level of the heart. What does it matter about these higher levels of consciousness if we're still stuck at truly opening and living from the heart space? If we're not able to move through the heart, then what are we doing? So Mercury being retrograde during this time is a clue, and this full moon in Aquarius is another clue as to manifesting and healing something that's deeply internal. I think that this is a great time to heal ancestral wounds and patterns, and for this to be the turning point and the seed of a new life. Christ consciousness, resurrection energy, those types of things are just really, really coming up strong for me here. So maybe that resonates with you in some way, shape, or form. I didn't really anticipate for this to be so long. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this affirms your experience. And as we are learning to listen to our intuition, that if this confirms anything that you've been feeling or experiencing, please drop a comment. You can like this video. I'm sending you so much love. We are ascending. We are elevating. We are healing. Chiron retrograde is another clue to me that this is to be more so internalized. I believe that Saturn and Neptune have already both gone retrograde as well. God is giving us clues. God is giving us clues if we're willing to listen. So, encouraging you to go within, to get into ritual, get into meditation, get into stillness, get into the mirror, get into a mirror. Talk to yourself, talk to your ancestors. Offer healing and a place of rest. Offer compassion, offer love to yourself, to people, places, and things that you have felt scarred and traumatized by. Remembering that it was all for love, that everyone loves you, that everything is conspiring for your highest and greatest good. If you've been resisting, then it might hurt a little bit more. But even those who have been leaning in and softening and opening up to the change, it's not that it's not painful or that it's not uncomfortable. This is an uncomfortable time for everyone because things are changing. They're called growing pains. But that doesn't mean that you don't want to grow, that you want to stay small. I believe that we also have the opportunity for it to not hurt so much as we shift our perspective, right? Hanged man energy, as we open up to the joys and the beautiful things that are coming, that are here because of change, because of the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. But submit. Submit to God. Submit to yourself, to the part of yourself that you cannot see, because that is God. We are all going through an awakening as a collective. The stars, this planet, all of us, Earth, the stars, the people, aren't we made of stardust? Like we're going through an ascension. We're going through a spiritual awakening. If you continue to resist the people that have been resisting, I feel like they haven't made it to where we are. We still have time. Time is a gift. Space is a gift. And we still have time and space to wake up, to forgive, to create, to love. And I'm sending you so much love. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.